So you've obviously heard about us. You've either participated in one of our workshops or you found us online, and you want to know what kinds of services do we offer, what kinds of things do we do. So first off, let me just tell you that we are not a traditional sensitivity or diversity or cultural competence organization. Our focus is to actually transform the way people think so that their actions actually change. What we found is that a lot of trainings focus on the touchy-feely stuff and they don't really direct people or give them tools that they can use to actually transform their lives, transform their thinking, and ultimately get better in their performance at work. And so one of the things that is crucial or is a piece of our training that is so different than other trainings is that we go back to the roots. We go back to the things that give us the backbone or give us the teeth to do our work. And one of those things is the Constitution of the United States. So we talk about the Constitution and why that's important in our training so that we have a context. We also talk about the 1964 Civil Rights Act and why that's so important. We also talk about the 1991 ADA Act and why that's important. And so with those three things in mind, we then can have deeper and broader conversations about why we do and do not live up to those standards that those documents present for us. And so it's important that we start off with a strong foundation that deals with those particular issues before we can deal with anything else. If you encounter a trainer who doesn't talk about those things in any part of their presentation, I would be suspect that they may have an agenda that does not necessarily meet our organization. And so so that's one of the things. The other thing is that we understand that people can learn, change, and grow. We know that people are looking for significance, belonging, and safety, and that all human beings are goal-driven and goal-directed. And so what we start to understand when we approach things is that we're all striving for the same things of significance, belonging, and safety, but our methods may not necessarily be getting us towards our goal. And so what we focus on is how do we get organizations, how do we get individuals towards those goals, towards those ends. And so we talk in a great deal about that process. And so as you go through the rest of this packet, you'll see bits and pieces of our methodology. You'll see it in our stuff. The other, kind of other pillar of our work is that if we're not having fun, if there's not humor in it, if there's not engaging stories as a part of what we do, we're doing it wrong. Because we all know that we will remember a principle or a story much more, we'll retain that information for a longer period of time than we will the 5 steps to whatever kind of end. And so we tell lots of stories, we engage the audience, we do participatory activities, we do experiential ed, and we really seek to engage our audience. So in the rest of this packet, you'll see more about that, and we'll talk more about that in just a bit. Thanks.